What's up, everybody? Michael Silva here to do a Apple stock analysis, ticker symbol AAPL. Buyer beware. Heading into Monday. Today's date is May 3rd, and it is a Sunday. I wanted to kind of be transparent here and let you know my plan and what I'm going to be doing as far as a trade on this stock. Really depends on where it opens up Monday morning. I would have loved to see this earlier on Friday because this is something that I would have really loved to trade. But yet it still looks like it's going to be very, very good. Now, what do we have going on? Well, here we have an ascending wedge. Ascending wedges are typically bearish. And also, if you match that in with the price action of what's going on from the last day, this candle over here, that is just a massive reversal candle. It couldn't look more beautiful than that. Very similarly, when you see that pull down all the way that happened in the low of March, look at that candle. It is one of the most perfect reversal candles as well. So you have this one down here, and then you have this one perfectly up here. That right there is an indicator to me, especially within this pattern, that we might start seeing the price head lower. Now, as far as how I would plan on playing this kind of scenario, I need to always keep my risk relatively small. So I would personally like to see the price not really do a huge gap down, because then I feel like I would miss out on a lot of the move right there. But first, I want to plan out, where would be a potentially good entry point, and my ideal entry point would be just basically I would say maybe right above here, because I would be wanting to play the breakdown. So right now the price is above that. So if I can enter in above this in this range right here and have a stop loss above the top of this wick, so basically 302, 304, or if you want to be more aggressive or give it more room to breathe, you can have it a little bit higher at 305 or 306 for a stop loss. But I would say that would be a good area to start scaling into position. And if it goes up a little bit higher, I would scale in a little bit more. Now, if it closes below this line, that would really give me the kind of what I need in order to see that this support that is currently acting as support becomes then resistance. As far as a target, I'm kind of looking more at a zone right now. So I see this kind of 260 area as a previous support, or it is support right now, but it also acted as resistance. So it came down and you had some price action kind of struggle to get back above it. So it knocked it below, tried again, and then finally it broke through, but still struggled that following day, and then kind of took off from there. So from this 260, I would say to 250 range, also where the 200-day period moving average is, that to me is a pretty good zone for profit taking and a great target. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of draw what that might look like. So that little zone in here would be, I think, would be a good area for my target zone. So what I really like about this setup is how, first off, you have a bearish pattern, you have a bearish price action, and then it's in an area where it's a really good risk versus reward setup. So if you were to start scaling in, like I said, around this area and maybe just have a stop loss up there, you would be potentially only risking this small amount, right? This small amount here to potentially gain all of that. So your risk right there versus reward, I would say, would be 3-to-1. Perfect setup and just in great context. So I would personally, if you've been thinking about buying some Apple stock right now, in my personal opinion, would not be the greatest time to purchase it to go long. But this does look like something I would be keeping a very close eye on in Monday morning for some option puts. Depends on where the volume is kind of flowing and what the option chains bring up. But I will be keeping my eye on this Monday morning, and I wanted to share that with you. One last thing, let's go ahead and hop into the 30-minute time frame just to get a good idea of where the price action intraday took place with Apple. Okay, so as you can see, this is the 30-minute time frame. It gets us a good kind of picture of where we might see the price heading. On earnings day, I think this was, or when this opened, this was May 1st. You see this gigantic gap down, and then it just ripped to the upside, and then the profits were taken. And it looks like this green line, what I was mentioning where a good entry point above it would be, is where you can start really scaling into that position. And once this is broken, you can see that there was a lot of resistance, or a lot of support, now in this area. Right by the 50-period moving average, so it is acting strong. You saw the same thing happen down here at this point, and then it was struggling down this point. Finally broke through, but then came back up. So these are some very interesting levels. I would like to see, this is very, so when the price action drops like this and then trends sideways, If it keeps trading sideways and opens up in this top area, that only makes this support even that much more interesting to me, because once this support can be broken after trading sideways for a while, more aggressive moves typically place. So if that's the case and we see it go sideways and then we see the flush, that would be all the more better for us. Now, another area to potentially keep a close eye on is the gap fill right down here. So if the price comes down to these area, that's basically where, you know, if it basically breaks down from that main trend line that I said that was up here and then breaks down to here, that could be closing the window of this gap, which typically acts as another area of support where you can see the move up. And just so you know, that's where the 200 period moving average is. So it's going to take some strength for the bears to really break through that area. But if it does, it can definitely hit those targets that I set up from the 260 to 250 level if you're using this as a swing trade. But even if it just comes to close this gap and then bounce more to the upside, we're talking from $89 from 289 to 280. That's a $9 per share move. I know for a fact on the options trade on some puts, that would be just a very large percentage point gain right there. So that is the intraday chart. This is where my eyes are at. I just wanted to share with you guys. Hope this helps you out. Keep an eye on this Monday morning. And yeah, have a good day. That is all I have for you on this Apple stock analysis. See you later.